Hello my friend, happy Saturday. Amner Hunter here from amnerhunter.com. Happy to spend some time with you in another video. This time around we're gonna be talking about impulse responses and impulse response loaders, a huge part of a signal chain for recording these days, guitar and bass. Alright, I'm not gonna be talking about impulse responses in the form of reverb, spaces and stuff like that. I'm gonna talk about impulse responses in the form of guitar signal chains, right? Cabinet, microphone positioning, EQ, curves, stuff like that for guitar and bass, alright? I'm gonna check out 5 of these plugins, 3 of them free and 2 paid ones that I think are amongst the best. And I'm gonna explain why. As usual, I will leave you all of the applicable links in the video description and first comment, and I will also leave you timestamps in case that you want to move around between the mini segments of the video. Before we begin with the content, let me invite you quickly to my website amnerhunter.com, where you can grab some additional freebies such as some free PDF guides and ebooks for music producers and guitar players, also some free tools such as some collections of guitar impulses, some collections of drum sample packs, among other utilities. And finally, don't forget to check out this channel or my blog regularly. I am updating it almost every day with content like this. And also I'm gonna be using some impulses off of a package that I have for free on my website. It's a huge collection that I put together of many old school but great impulse responses that I collected throughout the years. Alright, you can grab it for free on my website. Let me know if you are here in the live chat or in the comment section. Let me know your opinions about these impulses. I see here some people in the chat already. Acoustic, hello Acoustic, thanks a lot for being here, my friend. You're always here on time, so I appreciate it very much. Hope that you are having a great Saturday so far. So let's move to my session here. Alright, so before we start, let me show you the guitar dry, like clean signal, direct signal without any processing. And also I want to share with you the amplifier that I'm using. It's a free one, but you can use whatever amp you want, right? So this is the guitar. All right, just plain clean signal, direct recording to the interface, and that's pretty much it. 2 guitar takes, 1 left, 1 right, and that's pretty much it. All right, so let's open up here the plugin free amp that I'm using by Ugritone with Vadim Taranov or Vitar amps. This is the Proto 4, a collection of different Mesa Boogies condensed into this plugin. It's an amp head, so I don't have a cab simulator in this plugin, so I need an impulse response loader. The impulse response loader will be the cab section, the EQ curve, and the final part of the signal chain, which is pretty much 80% of the sound, a finished sound of a guitar signal or bass signal as well. And so yeah, let's open up the first one, right? And by the way, I'm not sure if you know how an amplifier sounds without impulse response. It sounds horrible. I'm gonna show it to you. I'm gonna just bring down the volume a bit because it's super uncomfortable. Let's turn it on here. Right, this is the sound of the guitars without an impulse response. So that's why it's very important that we use a high quality impulse response. So let's open up here the signal chain. Let's begin with the first one, the pulse, one of my personal favorites, and maybe if you are a subscriber of the channel, you have seen this plugin here on the channel. I use it many times, very straightforward, very simple to use. So you have two main sections here, right? The cabinet or impulse in this left part and in the right part. And here you choose, if you want to choose an external impulse response, like in this case, you click here, external IR. I'm gonna choose one of the folder that you can get for free, link in the video description. So I'm gonna use, for instance, this. Also, you can see me many times using this Express High, an old school but very good impulse response, but you can use your own, of course, right? So here you loaded the one on the left. You can blend this impulse response with another one here. Okay, for instance, let's choose another one off of this package. For instance, the best IR in the world by ML Sound Lab. It's available for free as well. And so here with this level, this is the output level, right? The volume. And you can balance here with this knob in the center, 100% the sound of the left. I'm not mean the left in the left speaker, I mean the impulse in the left, right? So here in the center, for instance, at 0%, you have a blend, perfect blend of these two impulses. All right, and okay, so also one thing to keep in mind is that you need to set the routing also. For instance, I have two guitars here, and if I play the audio, it will sound in mono, even though the guitars are panned and in stereo, like left and right. It's gonna sound mono right now. Let's turn it on. Right, that's because I haven't set here the dual mono option, for instance. Now I have the impulse response in stereo as well, right? So for instance, let's blend these two. Okay. Okay, let's choose another one here. Let's turn it on. There you go. Sometimes very dramatic changes between impulses, right? So if you have a couple of them that you love, you can combine them like this. If you hear a phasey effect, like a chorusing effect, it means they are out of phase. That's why you can flip the phase of one of the two with this button. Right, they are out of phase still. Right, you can find one that it's in phase with the other and that don't cause this like comb filtering effect. Down here you have high pass filter, very convenient to have a high pass and low pass here to cut some lows and some highs, right? I always do like 80-90%, I'm sorry, 90 Hertz here and about 10K here, right? Just to remove some of the extreme frequencies that we don't need in a full mix. And you have also a delay. This will delay the waveform of the impulse a bit in milliseconds, right? I recommend you leaving it at 0 milliseconds. And you can play with this AB. All right. So that's the impulse response, the loader by Lancaster Audio, the Pulse. I'm gonna leave the Express High for the moment. All right, let's move on with the Ignite by Ignite amps. Sorry, the NAD impulse response NadiR. So this is also pretty much the same concept as the other, where you have two main windows here, left and right, where you load impulse responses in the left and right, and you can blend them as well. For instance, here you choose the folder right here. For instance, I am gonna choose this folder, the Express High. It's here, right? You just switch between impulses, just clicking in the impulse itself. Okay, and the same in the right portion of the plugin. Okay, you have also a balance here, left and right, or you can have a blend of the two of them by putting it in the center here. You can add also some room sound. We're gonna check it out in a moment. You have here a high pass, low pass, and also a resonance. So I suggest you that if you don't want the plugin to add any coloration to your impulse, just put this resonance at 0 and also the room at 0. So therefore the impulse response will be as it is without any type of coloration. You have also delay, as you can see here, and the main output. You can also flip the phase if they are out of phase, or solo each one of the impulses. Also very important to have the routing correctly if you are feeding two guitars with this single plugin, dual mono for instance, or stereo. Let's check it out. I'm gonna turn it on here. It's in mono, right? So I need to put it. So I'm blending, for instance, here the Express High with this 4x12. So this is and a nice blend of both. High pass. The resonance seems to add some air. Let's check out the room. Yeah, like a bit farther away microphone in the room, right? All right, so there you have it. That's the NadiR, NAD impulse response by STL Tones and Ignite amps. Right, let's move on with the FenrIR or Fen impulse response by Aurora Dsp. This is a pretty simple to use plugin as well. The one thing that I don't particularly enjoy of this plugin is that it's mono. It doesn't have stereo option as far as I know. I'm sure I downloaded the latest version maybe, but it doesn't have the stereo option, which I think is very, very important. So here you pretty much the same concept. You just load the impulse responses here. You can add up to 2 impulse responses, right? But the cool thing about this, and I think it's that's why it stands out from others to me of the free ones, is that you can blend impulses and export them, right? You can blend two impulse responses. For instance, this is the express high, and let's load another one here. This one, for instance. Okay, you have the waveforms here, and you can blend them with this control down here, and you can save. Save meaning you're gonna export the input responses mixed together, and you're gonna have another file, right, out of these two, right? So that's pretty much it. You can flip the phase here, as you see here. It flips the polarity, and you load the impulses here. It tells you the information of the impulse, that like the bit rate 44.1, for instance. Okay, and you can close the impulse like that, and also it lets you see here also the EQ curve as well. Okay, so for instance, let's try this out here. You can delay the impulse as well. I suggest you leaving it as it is. Let's load another one, a different one. Awesome Recto V3. That's the second impulse, and that's the first impulse. There you combined the two of them. You can have a very nice blend of the two of them, getting the best of both worlds, right? Like one impulse is filling the gaps of the other one. Pretty cool. And you have an output as well here. And you can export it, like I said. So that's the FenrIR or FenrIR by Aurora Dsp. Alright, so these are the three ones that are available for free. Let's move on with the couple of paid ones in this list, and let me explain to you why I think these are some of the best ones of the paid ones, because there are plenty of premium impulse response loader plugins, but let me tell you why these are, at least to me. So this is the TRVE Cab by Ugritone, and well, first of all, the price of this is $10 only, and I think it's has a lot of value for the amount of money, right? $10 only. So this is an impulse response loader as well. You have up to 8 slots here where you can blend 8 impulses, right? So here you have the folders. You select the folder that you want to extract or bring the impulse from. So here, for instance, let's choose this, and you right click. You can load it to one of the 8 slots available. So it's already loaded here, as you see here. Let's check it out. It's in slot 1. You can see here the name of the impulse, right? And you can remove the impulse like that and load it again. You select the impulse, load slot 1, and you have a volume control, high pass filter, low pass filter, and a panning as well. You can solo or mute each one of the impulses, and you can have nice blends also of up to 8 of them. So this is the Recto Cab. Let's load it to slot 2. All right, and that's pretty much it. Very straightforward, but very, very powerful, I think. And for the price, I think it's a good impulse response loader. For instance, let's check out some sounds. I'm gonna turn it on here. Right, that's only the express high. Let's unmute the other one. What I like to do is put the volume a bit up here and then start to slowly increase the other one till I like the tone. If you hear again that chorusing effect, it means they are out of phase. Right, let's choose another one here, because I think it's, I don't know if in latest update or something it has the phase flip control. There, they are in phase now. A bit more fizzy with more highs. Here you have the frequencies, right? In hertz, Hz. So I'm gonna just close this and leave only the right. So that's the TRVE Cab by Ugritone, $10 plugin. Alright, so finally let's move on with this other plugin, brand new amp simulator by Bogren Digital. And you might say, wait, well, why this? Because this is an amp sim. But this amp simulator, it's super cool and all, but it has an amazing impulse response loader with the new IRDX technology, which stands for impulse response dynamics. All right, so if you have the amp that, all right, it's gonna sound great. The amp, of course, it's an emulation of the MLC boutique amplifier. But if you turn off these sections, the pre-effects, post-effects, the EQ and all, you only leave the cabinet, right? So here you can load your own impulses, and this IRDX technology can be applied to third-party impulses. That's why I think it's very powerful. So let's, for instance, load here an impulse response of the same package, right? Express high, for instance. So we have it here. And we can load also another impulse here in the right, and with this control we can blend the two of them. So I'm gonna leave it to all the way to the left here for the purpose of this video. So the impulse response DX technology is meant to add movement, natural compression that happens in real life when you are miking up speakers, also a bit of distortion, saturation, like imperfections that happens in the real world when the sound is moving through the air, right? Like in actual waveforms. So I think it's very cool, these imperfections that are added to the guitar tone, and you're gonna hear it without and with the effect here, right? But I think it's a pretty powerful plugin, because if you don't want to use the other parts of the plugin and just want to use this technology, it's possible, right? Maybe Bogren Digital releases a separate plugin with the IRDX technology, but this is an amp simulator. But if you disabled all of the other modules, you're gonna find this very cool to add more life to impulses, because let's remember that impulse responses are digital snapshots in time of a given signal, right? Signal path. But with this, you add movement to these impulse responses, because they are static, right? As they are. And with this, you add some imperfections that can be like found in the real world, like I said. So let's test it here without it first. It's already loaded. Right, we need to set the preferences here to stereo. Sounds great and all, but listen to what it adds when I engage the IRDX technology. Off. On. It adds some natural compression and a bit of distortion and like certain imperfections, right? I think this is another step up for realism in guitar sounds, right? So that's the Subzero 100 by Bogren Digital. Not an impulse response loader per se, but you can turn it into an impulse response loader with the new technology. Very powerful, I believe. And you can apply this effect to third-party impulse responses, not only the ones included in the plugin. So let me know what you think of these plugins, my friends. 5 of them, 3 of them free, 2 of them paid. I am very interested to know your opinions about this. I have many guitar players. And by the way, these plugins can be used also for bass impulses. That's why I put that in the title in the same way, right? Sound Healer, hello, Sound Healer. Jason Esdor, hello, brother. How are you? You know a lot about impulse responses and things like that, so your comment would be very much appreciated. Sound Healer says subtitle appears before Amner is speaking live, kind of weird. Oh, that's pretty weird. I'll check that. Gilson Mora Musician says hi Amner. Hello Gilson. Latent says hi Amner, nice sounds and riffs as always. Thanks a lot, my friend. That's a song I created for a Reaper playlist. Acoustic, please give Amner a thumbs up. Thanks a lot, my friend. I appreciate the thumbs up. And love True Cab, says Wickfold. Yeah, love it as well. And $10, it's a steal, I think. The one from Bogren Digital, it's not cheap, of course, $80. But I think for the value that you get, you're not only getting the impulse response loader, you're also getting the amp head, boutique amp, and the pre and post effects. Thanks for the great explanation, says Sound Healer. I appreciate you guys, appreciate your time here. Have a great weekend, and hopefully I will see you very soon in the next video. Alright, well, I was forgetting to invite you one last time to my website, AmnerHunter.com, where you can grab some additional freebies, such as some free PDF guides and ebooks for music producers and guitar players, also some free tools, such as some collections of guitar impulses, some collections of drum sample packs, among other utilities, and finally, don't forget to check out my blog or this channel, which I am updating almost every day with content like this. Thank you so much. Take care. I will see you soon. Bye bye.